I want to have an important conversation with you today, and that conversation is about wealth. So on the one hand, I want to talk about the energetics behind wealth, and on the other hand, I want to talk about money in relationship to the frequency of wealth. Because it's not about the money. It is in one way, but it really is not. It is all about you and the embodiment of the frequency of wealth. Most of us are actually embodying a frequency, a consciousness of lack. Let's say a lot of us. So that shows up in different ways. And the way I'm going to talk about wealth it's like an overall frequency. It's not only related to money, it's also related to your partnership. It's related to your health. It's related to your business. It's related to yourself. Because that's what it all comes back to you. And part of my work with you really is wealth. But wealth from a holistic perspective. I don't care about you making tons of money. I don't care about you being successful when you are deep inside of you, when you are very unsatisfied. What I care about is creating the wealth within you, for you then to experience wealth all around you. And with all around you, I mean all around you, not just on your bank account, but in your relationship, in your partnership, in your friendships, in everyday life. That is true wealth for me. To not just focus on one area and let the other area be very dissatisfied, like overall wealth, creating wealth from deep within. And the only way to experience wealth, the only way to create wealth is when we start creating from deep within. When we start actually listening to our desires, when we start to listen to what it is that we truly want, and when we start to express ourselves in that way, this is wealth. And again, it doesn't matter if it's related to money, it doesn't matter if it's related to your work, it doesn't matter if it's related to your partnership. Like, you expressing yourself is the wealthiest experience, the richest experience you can have. It's all about self-expression in every area of your life. So that is true wealth, expressing yourself. And wealth is not related to money. Wealth is a frequency. Wealth is an embodiment of who you are. And again, wealth is your self-expression. Your truest, your juiciest, your most beautiful self-expression. That is wealth. And when you actually when you give yourself the permission to express yourself the way you're longing for to express yourself, you are vibrating on that frequency of wealth. So everything around you starts adjusting as well. So it really isn't about just the money, about your finances, but it is one part of it. And that part I want to address as well, because this is where so much conditioning is going on. This is where a lot of separation is going on, a lot of lack consciousness, that I really want to address it, because I believe money is also such a great teacher for a lot of us. But therefore we have to return to ourselves. Remember that it's all about us, about the embodiment of wealth, the embodiment of love, the embodiment of magic. So that's the wealth that I want you to experience. Wealth in every area of your life. And again, it starts with you, giving yourself the permission to express you. And expressing you starts with your desires. So you have to be very, very honest with what it is that you truly want. And this is where it very often already kind of like stops. People are afraid to be honest with themselves, be honest with what it is what they truly want. That's the first step, where the lack consciousness is present. That you are not honest with yourself about what it is that you truly want in your relationship, in your work, in your partnership, your friendships, the way you live life, on your bank account. So this is the first step. That is actually not the first step, but one of, like, let's call it the first step of wealth, giving yourself the permission to go for your desires, to be radical honest with what it is that you truly want. That is wealth consciousness, the consciousness of prosperity, abundance, giving yourself the permission for every single area of your life to express yourself fully. That is wealth consciousness. But then what often happens is the lack consciousness creeps in, telling you, but this is not possible. I want too much. Who am I that I can actually ask for these kind of things? Lack. And this is then what most people are buying in. Or I have to work very, very hard for it. I have to compromise. I can't have it all. Lack. Kind of creeping in and making that your reality. Again, I'm here to remind you that you can have it all. But therefore, the first step is that you own it all. All your desires. And your desires are your greatest unfolding, are the portal to your greatest unfolding. So I want you to be very honest with yourself, what it is that you truly want. How you truly want to live life. Regardless of what you're seeing out there right now, how you truly want to experience yourself in your relationship, in your business, with money, in your health, in your body, in your friendships. So that is the first step of wealth consciousness, allowing yourself everything that you want. I don't know what you want. You are the one who's choosing what you want. I just know what I want, and that's what I'm going for. And I know me going for what I truly want is actually influencing a lot of you out there to go for what it is that you truly want as well. So that's just what you're doing when you are stepping up for you. You're stepping up for all those around you who are ready to go for what it is that they truly want as well. So it's nothing, we often consider it as something selfish, something egoistic, when we're making it about us and our desires. But what you're truly doing is you're blazing the trail. You're the leader, you're going ahead, and you're inviting those who are ready to come with you to come with you. Wealth consciousness, knowing that you're doing it for a greater cause. Selfish, that's the lack. Consciousness trying to creep in, keeping you separate from your greatest self-expression. So then I want to talk with you about money. Money is such a beautiful way to experience ourselves in a very abundant, in a very limitless way. money has been one of my greatest teachers on my journey over the last few years. I had a very weird relationship with money, like really, really, really weird. I guess a lot of us actually have a very disturbed relationship with money. So I want you to check actually in with yourself. What is your relationship with money right now? And what kind of relationship, if everything is possible, what kind of relationship do you want to have with money? And I'm inviting you right now to actually imagine that money is your lover. Money is your lover. And start connecting with money very, very differently. Because money is just energy. Money is energy. Money is a frequency. And the way you are connecting with money is the way money is responding to you. Simple as that. So then it doesn't matter how much money you have on your bank account. It does not matter. I have met people with a lot of money being very, very, very unhappy. I have met a lot of people with very little money being very, very happy. Some of the most happiest people I ever met. I've met people with a lot of money being very, 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 very happy. Very, very happy. I don't know. I don't like the word happy. Very satisfied with life, with themselves. And I have met people with very little money completely dissatisfied. So what I want to tell you is it's not about the money. It's all about you and your consciousness. So what happens then with money is that we kind of, and it's something that we can observe very, very well as well in this spiritual bubble, in this personal development bubble, that we kind of exclude, especially in the spiritual bubble, that we're kind of excluding money from that whole equation. Because the conditioning around money is that money is something bad. I need to work hard for money. I'm doing something good, so I can't request a lot of money for that. I rather suffer. I rather are living in lack. I need to prove myself. I'm not good enough yet to actually, I need to work harder on myself. I need to work hard for money. So those are just like a few energetic blueprints that us as a collective are embodying. Money's bad. The people with a lot of money are really mean. It's just like they are like doing some bad stuff in the back to have so much money. Everybody with a lot of money is just a bad person. Everybody with a little money does something wrong as well. So there's just like all these ideas about money that we as a collective kind of have, that you as an individual have, based on what we experienced in our upbringing, in our environment, over and over again. So the way I experienced money in my own upbringing hasn't been very satisfying. It just did not make sense to me. And that has been my journey over the last few years, to find a way where I am in deep pleasure with money as well. For a long time, I kind of like, as I've been on that spiritual journey, I kind of excluded money from my equation. I thought I need to suffer. I thought I need to be in lack because money is just bad. And that's what's happening quite a lot out there. that you are kind of like excluding money from that whole equation of abundance, from that whole equation of wealth, from that whole equation of like prosperity. You give money like kind of like a bad image, but money is your lover. I want you to invite money in as your lover, to start making love with it. I myself experienced, I had 6-figure amounts on my bank account. I did not feel wealthy at all. Yes, there was a lot of money there. Money I could use freely the way I wanted to use it. But I wasn't really connected with myself. So I could not really enjoy money the way I was longing for to enjoy it. But it was not related to the money. It was actually related to me. The way I experienced myself. So very often we think, ooh, if I have like the big money, then everything is changing. But it's not. You gotta change your relationship with you. And you gotta be aware, you gotta feel wealthy no matter what. So then this is actually where I started to experience wealth in a very different way. When I had minus numbers on my bank account, when I did not know how to pay my bills, this is when I experienced true wealth. It sounds paradox, right? But it no longer was about the money. It was about me, the way I experienced myself. I felt wealthy from deep within, no matter what was going on out there. So that's the kind of wealth I want you to experience. So then when I started to embody that wealth frequency very, very differently, my entire life started to shift. I was experiencing myself and life in the wealthiest way I've ever experienced it. Money started to shift exponentially because I no longer excluded money from it. That's what I said, that's what we love to do. We just see it as like the bad boy, the bad one, like I invited it in as my lover. I started making love with it when I touched it, when I spent it. It was no longer about, oh my God, I'm losing you. I don't have enough of you. I need more of you. Like the needy, the clingy one. Doesn't get you anywhere. Doesn't get you to experience money in the most pleasurable and the most limitless way. As I said, you're gonna make love with it. Knowing that there's always enough. Knowing that there is an overflow of money available for you. And all you gotta do is you gotta connect with it in that kind of way. But in order to connect with money in the most abundant and limitless way, you first have to be abundance. You first have to be wealth. You first have to be prosperity. And the thing is, you are it already. All you gotta do is you got to remember it. And that's one choice away. Making that decision, I am abundance now. Making that decision, I am wealth right now. Making the decision, I am prosperity right now. And at the beginning, it might feel weird because your body is and your brain are programmed to like, I am lack, I don't have enough of it, I will never have enough. But the more you connect with that which is the truth, the faster it becomes visible, that relationship with it. And I want you to play. I want you to be playful. I want you to stop thinking of about money that is something you need, something you need to hold on to, something you need to save to have more of it. No, there is an overflow. There is an overflow of it all around you. All you gotta do is you gotta be it, that overflow. And that's the journey that I'm taking you on in any of my programs. Because I know how much lack, how much suffering there is connected to money. And I just want you to experience, first of all, wealth in every area of your life. And second of all, I want you to include money as well in that wealth experience, because it's just part of our everyday life experience. It's like, yeah, the way you are the price tag for experiences. So why wouldn't you want to open up for more? Why wouldn't you want to give yourself the allowance to buy, to experience, to use money, to experience anything you're desiring to experience, to no longer separate yourself from certain experiences because you think you don't have enough money for that? So it is all an energetic game. It really is all an energetic game. And I want you to step up. I want you to own it, that wealth, that abundance, that prosperity game, because it is all about you, the way you're experiencing yourself. And I want to experience yourself also in the most limitless way in relationship to money. To crash that illusion, to crash that limitation and own it all, that overflow that you are. So if you feel called to go on that journey with me, check out my website. There are different ways that you can actually step in. And again, the way I'm working with you, it's not just about creating success and money in your business. It's about experiencing it all, everything you're longing for. And money, I want money to be part of that, because that's just the price tag of you experiencing yourself in different ways. Not that you need money, but it just opens up more possibilities. And I want money to be in the hands of visionary leaders. That's where I want it to be. And that's what I'm here for. So if you feel called, check out my programs, and I can't wait